performers who are important only because they've made one important record. Afterwards and before, they're in oblivion for the most part. But I don't predict that kind of future for the next two people I'm going to introduce. They have a number of popular records, very, very good ones, but they're good singers and fine fellows. Simon and Garfunkel.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Simon and Mr. Garfunkel.
Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel.
Here are Simon and Garfunkel.
There are times when I'm singing one of Paul's songs that I feel the song is really very personal and probably shouldn't be sung by anyone other than the writer. But there are other songs that go beyond one person. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence.
I gotta say this, is Garfunkel sore or what is it?
Is he sore at me?
Yeah, he's...
No, as a matter of fact, he's spending his time these days on a farm in Scotland.
But you're still in touch. I mean, there's no problem, I assume.
Well,
yes, although maybe your feeling that contradicts what I was saying before. Do you see the possibility of you working together? And here I was saying, no, the problems that keep us apart seem firmly in place.
And touch the sound of silence.
Woo, Papa-loo-chee-pop, you're mine. Say, woo, Papa-loo-chee-pop, you're mine. Hey, schoolgirl in the second row. The teacher's looking over, so I gotta whisper way down low.
Now, who was Tom and who was Jerry?
I was Tom.
Uh-huh. And was that what?
The name was
they gave it to us. The record company gave it.
The record company gave it to you. And what was the song?
Hey, Schoolgirl?
Hey, Schoolgirl.
Hey, Schoolgirl. A big hit?
Well, it was for us. We were in high school.
Oh, yeah.
When did you first perform with Paul Simon? Not that you were paid for, but the first time the two of you ever harmonized might have been in a basement or a street corner.
Let's see, Paul was the neighbor 3 blocks away, whom I met in the 6th grade, so we were 11. And I think we were singing right in the beginning.
He's a very unusual guy. He always was, even when he was 10. First time I really met him, he was in this candy store, which we used to go to after we would get out of school. The owner of the store kicked him out, said he had to get out. And I said to the guy, why did you kick him out? And he said, he comes in here all the time, and he shakes these boxes to see which has the most good and plenty, and that's the one he buys, you know?
I watched that show, and I thought the point he was making was that I was cheap.
Now,
it must have been like 1954 that we were starting to harmonize together. Yeah, we would sing in my house, and we'd put stuff down on the tape machine. We would sing in talent shows and in school.
When we were 15 years old, we did a show up in the Hartford State Theater when we were 15.
now was this as...
No, that was
Tom and...
Oh, that's right.
Tom and Jerry?
Tom and Jerry. And
well, for us, it was definitely the absence of a name. And I can remember Tom Wilson, our producer at Columbia Records, saying, oh, hell, it's 65, meaning it's such a modern era, let's go with their real names. That first album of 1964 to 5, Wednesday Morning 3 a.m., which had The Sound of Silence in it, was not happening. And Paul went off to England and was a folk singer, and I went back to college where I was an architecture student uptown at Columbia. Until about a year later, when the record company was saying, we're getting a whole cult of call-ins in the Florida area around one of the titles on this folk album.
And we were just parked in, like, my car or his car, I can't remember, just parked in a car in a corner of, like, near our
houses, you know, in Queens, just one night late at night, just sitting in the car smoking. And then the Sound of Silence came on, and we sat and we listened to the whole record. We're just sitting there, nothing happening, maybe 1 in the morning. And then it was over, and we just sat there for a minute, and Artie looked at me and he said, "Those guys must be having so much fun." I was 21 years when I wrote this song.
Want to know how I look at that whole career from my point of view? We were not so much singers or writers, we were record makers. My real contribution beyond singing in those years was as record producer. I was the man behind the glass in the control room, sending the vocals of Paul and Artie out on mic. And along with Paul and Roy Halley, we produced our records.
If Paul writes the songs, then what do you do? And it's difficult to explain that he does many things.
I'm going to Scarborough Fair. Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme.
Scarborough Fair have been together now about 50 years. I never knew what the words were really about. I thought it was gorgeous wallpaper, but I think it's about loss. We all lose somebody.
Tell her to make me a cambric shirt.
Mike Nichols called
Yeah.
and asked. He said he had a book and he was going to make a film, and it's called The Graduate, and he sent us the book, and he was in the midst of the film then. He was almost finished, and he convinced us to do the music. And the music was supposed to be mostly original music, but what would happen is that in order to fill up a scene, we would take some piece of music and put it there just to hear what music would sound like. And a few of the times that we did that, it was so effective, particularly Scarborough Fair, which I thought that worked very well in the movie, Scarborough Fair scene. The Mrs. Robinson was made up on the spot.
And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
Just a second, I'll ask him. Are you armed?
Stand up tall, Mrs.
No, I don't believe it.
God in heaven smiles on those you.
Winner of the Record of the Year is Simon and Garfunkel for Mrs. Robinson.
I do really want to thank the NARAS membership for this award, and I want to accept it on behalf of Roy Halley, our recording engineer, and my best friend Paul Simon, who wouldn't wear a tuxedo today. Thank you.
Does this bother you that he's becoming an actor and you're merely one of the world's most successful composers and songwriters?
No, I think in many ways it's very good that he does that.
When I went to do Catch-22, it was my intention to be in Mexico for a couple of months while Paul was working on the next batch of Bridge Over Troubled Water songs. The problem was, Paul was ready with the next batch before Mike Nichols was ready to release me from Guaymas, Mexico. So that's what made Paul, for the first time, feel, I have to wait for Artie, which of course is an unheard of thing.
Get your plane right on time. I know you're part of the whole fight. Fly down to Mexico.
Very pleasurable to write in a stream of consciousness style, and very often you find that what's in your mind is relevant, although at the moment it doesn't seem so.
I get the news I need, don't know where to report.
Paul was very busy suffering. Maybe it was a pose he played, but Simon and Garfunkel and the fun of making it did not give him great fun.
I've got nothing to do today but smile.
I mean, but he seems to be going on with it.
Well, he'll appear with Jack Nicholson
Yeah.
in Jules Feiffer play, Carnal Knowledge.
Right.
Sometime in May, sometime. Start on the lower note. Don't. Just let me get the chords first before I get the note. You sing it and get them both parts in your head, and then I'll learn.
And I think we had been traveling so much together, and we were so forced to be together through the power of business. It began to tell on our friendship, which was always true. It always was what it is. We would never let ourselves be forced into a friendship because it works or anything. So because it was always either true or nothing, it began to be abrasive, to be so forced together and tour.
There's a certain amount of competitiveness that's, dealt into the equation by comparisons, and that's unhealthy for friendship. It's not like it's fun. If it was fun, I'd say, okay, sometimes so we'll go out and sing old songs. If you'll be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal.
I have had a very strong relationship with Paul for over 25 years.
You want to be Mr. Alienation? You can be Mr. Alienation. Congratulations and welcome aboard.
Thank you, Mr. Simon. Thank you.
Please call me Paul.
Okay. Paul?
In my opinion, I've been under the radar all my professional life. It's time to say, who is Art Garfunkel?
And that's all.
Now, I can't remember the time with any precision.
But I'm not asking you for the precise time.
Some critics said, on his own, Art Garfunkel is too syrupy. It's too sweet.
I had a hit outside America that was huge in England and Europe and in Japan called Bright Eyes. It's a very touching lyric. I get a lot of feedback when I'm not in this country on that. People fell in love to it or use it as their wedding song.
Could you see the day when circumstances were right and you got back together with him?
Well, I remember after we were not working together, I really enjoyed making records the way my own ears heard them.
We're very excited to have my first guests on our show. It's our show. They're guests on our show. These gentlemen are about to begin their first tour of the United States in 13 years. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel. Here in North America, the concert in the park for 500,000 people was unbelievable. Really terrific.
Thanks. Thanks.
One of the most extraordinary evenings of our lives. But when we walked off stage, I mean, as we finished the last song and the encore, and we walked off on the steps of the set, I turned to Artie and I said, "What do you think? How do we do?" And he said, "Disaster." Overview was never our strong suit.
I just didn't think we hit our musical strong standards.
Well, you were absolutely right, of course. No question about it. So, how could I be happier than to be inducted into the Hall of Fame with my oldest pal? And we can join those other happy couples, Ike and Tina Turner, the Everly Brothers, Mick and Keith, Paul, and all of the other Beatles. And maybe they'll have a separate wing for all of us, you know?
Here it goes. They're coming down the stairs, I believe. Simon and Garfunkel, as we've been saying, set to begin their first tour in 20 years, and we are giving them the morning launch here. Yes, we can hear their feet. I think they're about to approach. We know they're in the building. There they are. Art Garfunkel, Paul Simon. Woo!
They're in the building. They're entering
You give me one word for what happened that sent you on different paths.
One word.
One word.
Tiredness.
One word.
Oh, one word. Ego.
Ego. In fact, you said to us at one point, I think, Paul, when you were here, that at some point in your life with your friends, particularly your old friends, it's time to let ego go. There has to be a point. In fact, you say in Old Friends, there's a line, how terribly strange to be 70. At some point, you have to live in the present and not the past. Is that what got you back together again, or is there one word for that too?
I understand why. I think I understand why it happened, but I think it's best to stay away. Stay away, for safety's sake.
Thank you so much. Thank you to Dr. Billington. Thank you to PBS. It's been a wonderful, wonderful night for me.
Oh.